morning, my name's James Hughes, Chief Market Analyst here at Scope Markets, and this is your daily briefing. We're set for a mixed open in Europe this morning after shares in Asia fell overnight following on from a sharp decline towards the end of the session on Wall Street on Tuesday. The Dow Jones and S&P 500 had both been trading to the upside by over 3.5% heading into the close. However, ended up trading the session in negative territory after a steep decline. It was mixed messages yet again because we started to see markets fall on the back of conflicting figures around New York and their coronavirus infection rates. However, it was just the markets changing their opinion on what they want to trade higher on or what they want to trade lower on. And in situations and markets like this, it is very, very common for markets to change their opinion. One day good news moving the markets one way, one day that same news moving the markets in the opposite direction. Oil markets fell on Tuesday but managed to recover slightly in Asian trade, and this comes again as we expect OPEC oil production cut on Thursday. There was supposed to be an OPEC Plus meeting happening earlier this week, but that was moved to Thursday. Many OPEC countries had wanted to see a cut from US privately owned oil companies. However, that hasn't necessarily materialized. But what Donald Trump and the oil industry in the US have stated is that there is already a cut of around 1 million barrels per day from US companies and that they would not be looking to take it further. Now, whether that is enough to see that there is cooperation around the oil market and whether it's enough to push both Saudi Arabia and Russia to cut their production significantly at the OPEC meeting on Thursday is yet to be seen. Yesterday, we also saw Donald Trump come out with his usual tirade at an organisation, and this time it was the World Health Organization. Donald Trump blamed the WHO for being too lax on China during the early time of this crisis, which in his opinion led to the worsening picture in Europe and in the US. While Donald Trump was laying into the World Health Organization, he also stated that he made the right decision by closing the borders to China in the early days. There's a lack of economic data today, but what we will see later on is the minutes from the Federal Reserve meeting. Now, there are rumblings that we could see more stimulus coming from the US government in the coming days if the jobs picture continues to worsen. However, what the Fed have said over the last couple of weeks at their meetings will be incredibly interesting to see what they're thinking on the amount of stimulus which is already in the US economy is, and whether they are looking to add more or whether the door is open for potential stimulus or more bond buying. Remember, there is already an unlimited amount of bond buying and over $2 trillion worth of aid being pumped into the US economy to try and stave off the effects of the coronavirus crisis.